So I went on the final day, guess who was making a presentation, and then again this still small voice spoke to me. The work's not finished. This is something you must do. So I said, no. And then after that morning tea presentation, I spoke to Kelvin, and then after that I spoke to Dachiong, and I said, look, and I didn't say that it was a still small voice. I get messages this way, alright? So I did tell them, I said, do you think we need to write something about the history of OCF over 60 years? Dachiong said yes, immediately. I spoke to them separately, not together. Because at the end, morning tea, we're all breaking up. So Dachiong said yes, immediately he said yes. He says, and then I said, all right, Dachiong, I heard from you. And now I will go to the other person who I feel has a heart for, the old, not quite oldie, they're all younger than me. Okay. So I went to Kelvin, who was the other side of the room, and I talked to Kelvin. And Kelvin also said yes. Then I said, look, I'm not a writer, who should we ask? Then Kelvin beamed and said, just not the lady who prayed the presentation lah. So I said, okay. And I said, are you going to ask her? He says, well, I know her, but not very well. Then I smiled at him and I said, I know her, and quite well, because she is one, this couple are very good friends of my son and my daughter, So I was left to make the approach, and you were sitting right in front. So I got hold of Christina. I said, hey, I don't want to walk through the whole crowd. So I called Christina. I said, Christina, can you get Mei Kwan out? So that was when you came out to see me, and then I asked, I told you what it was about, and then you said, give you, a month to think about it, and 2 weeks later you came and said, yes, you would do it. So to me, the whole project is a God ordained, a God call. Like my whole life, I've had God calls, at every point, from going to Australia, all the other things, changing causes and all. So it was a God call for OCF. And thinking about it, on hindsight, it is necessary, because there are 2 generations of OCFers who don't know how we started, who don't know what it's all about. They just go and worship, and they just spend time together, but not realizing that it was a missions call, for us to start OCF, so that and always the message for our first generation was, go home, because when you go, you are being prepared to be an ambassador at home. So these years is God's preparation for you. You are being given this wonderful opportunity. 60 years ago, it was a wonderful opportunity to go and study overseas.